With Mount Rainier in the distance, there are few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect day for football at Lumen Field in Seattle. As of this morning, summer officially over. It's time for autumn football, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. You talk about this Titan defense. Now, they're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked 3rd in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Now a first carry here for their running back. And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But it proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
The Seahawks will call on Michael Dixon on 4th down to punt this one away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll take this one up over the 20 to the 21-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Well, this defense for the Seahawks very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
I have to admit I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. From the gun on 3rd down. Moore. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Titans 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. To throw is Ward. From the gun, he'll throw. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
Yeah, a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up second down. Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. When you talk about the Seahawk defense, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. 2 yards on the pickup there. And now third down and 6 to go. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Ward from the gun on third down. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Now look at this. 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. Operating from the gun. Ward. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with... It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
But you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Let's go.
And the slot man goes in motion left. And he'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. And there defensively was Jack Jones. The Seahawks at 2-0 here to begin the season. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
2nd and 9 now. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 15-yard line. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that earns him a fresh set of downs.
Here we go, sack. Go.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are on the board first here this afternoon. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on fourth down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a fourth down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Ward. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Now, they did get a little gain on this play, but all in all, a nice job defensively against the touch pass. They were able to string it out towards the sideline and never let him get the corner and turn it upfield for a bigger chunk of yardage.
Now 2nd and 5. In motion right is Ridley. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Ward from the gun on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Touchdown, Titans. Chigakakwo, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Titans are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Second and 5. he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
You can admire his willingness to sacrifice his body to try and pick up the first down, and I do. But let's face it, you know his coaches are going to warn him about diving or extending for a marker for this exact reason. So much easier to have the ball knocked free when you're extended like that. So if you're going to dive, you got to make sure you secure the football, which he didn't.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's not quite going to get to the marker. It'll be a gain of 8 on 3rd and 10.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down. Looking to throw. Ward. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 37.
Let's go now. 18, right in. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Now back to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Warrior 70.
And the tight end goes in motion left. They're going to look to throw. That is caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Cooper Kupp, 34 yards. And the Seahawks' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. He may go. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. The extra point now coming from Myers. It's good, and it is now 21-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
Ward down, throwing after the interception. That's caught by Tucker. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Operating from the gun, Ward. Out to the right, he gets it to Lockett. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Back to throw. Ward. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Here's 2nd and 3. They'll look to throw again. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now the ball comes loose, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time.
Here we go.
They'll throw now on the final play.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff, and the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Throw to the right, caught by Okakwo. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And he's got his man on the out route.
That time on the run-pass option when he decided to throw it. Not a quick little drop-off. He went downfield a bit.
Reminiscent of a triple option quarterback in college because he faked it inside, and instead of immediately throwing it out to the perimeter, stepped back in the pocket to find a target downfield.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Back to throw again. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. From the gun, they'll try to run it. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a third down and 4 now.
Well, it's tough time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Off the play fake. Ward. He's got his target. That's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A good pickup there at 22.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. In motion right is Ridley.
Back to throw now on first down.
Okakwo holds it in left side.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
This red zone is where the Seahawk crowd really makes it tough for an offense to communicate. It's third down.
And it's caught. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. Touchdown! Chigakonkwo, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game.
And the Titans have got it back to within a score.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Go.
Looking to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line. A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Here's 2nd and 8.
That went out wide and intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
Here's a 2nd and 7. This is the tight end Fant. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a gain of 15, first down Seahawks.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
In motion goes the tight end. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Back to throw. Down inside the 10. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down. They'll try to run this one in. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great play there. His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the... And deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And a...